So after 17 hours, guys, I officially rolled the credits on Cronos The New Dawn. Blooper Teams' new take on the psychological horror genre and a brand new IP. And I think this game is definitely worth your time, guys. I'm going to be giving you guys a quick little spoiler free review, right? And I'm currently uploading all the series up in my channel, just editing everything and uploading them as quickly as I can so you guys can check out the full series with the playlist right now. And we got more episodes coming. But spoiler free thoughts, guys. I have to say, Blooper Team did an amazing job with this game. I mean, I, for one, was a big fan of their previous titles, from The Median to Layers of Fear and Layers of Fear 2. Those games were great, really good with the immersion. You know what I mean? Like, I think those were really great. I loved it. I know The Medium, a lot of people didn't like it. I personally enjoyed it as well. So, I was pretty hyped to see Blooper Team, have, another game, coming along, with Silent Hill 2 Remake being absolutely amazing, man. I don't know how Blooper Team did it, but they really crushed that remake, and I think that really put them on the map. And I love that they took this risk with an original, concept. You know what I mean? Of course, it definitely takes on like different similarities from other horror games, pays homage to them. I know one of the biggest things that people compare it to a lot right now is like Dead Space, which you definitely get that Dead Space vibe to it. Definitely have that Silent Hill vibe to it as well, man, especially from the remake. Like, there's certain moments here that I'm just like, yo, this is from Silent Hill 2. Like, they really used it from there. It was really, really great. It definitely has that Resident Evil vibe to it as well, because of your resource management, man. I'm telling you right now, guys, that every bullet counts. You know what I mean? You can't just blatantly shoot and just like blast your way through everything. You have to make every bullet count, especially with the charge gimmick that they have for it. Definitely need to be careful because those charge ones pack more of a punch but take a little bit longer to load up before you can shoot. So you can have the potential of an enemy pulling up on you and hitting you before you can fully use that charge attack, which I think is like it makes you balance out that risk to reward, right? Do I charge up and shoot, or do I just blast and waste more bullets, or charge and have a stronger attack and less waste bullets? So I really liked all that concept to it. Like, I think it was great. Now I will get to gameplay wise, right? We'll talk about enemies and everything, story. Enemies wise, while the enemies were a little repetitive in certain areas, I feel like the whole fact that they could fuse with each other, for me personally, made it like not too repetitive, or like I didn't get like sick of it after a while, because I definitely had to always constantly keep an eye on all the enemies coming up, because I was like, okay, wait, if I don't burn their bodies right now, like, they're gonna fuse and it's gonna become stronger, it's gonna gain its abilities, it's all this stuff. While some areas did repeat a bunch of enemies, we did get like some new enemy types as we progressed through the story, but after some point they just rinse and repeat them. But again, it wasn't a big deal for me. I felt like the whole merging and fusing thing really like made me be more aware and just enjoy it. So that wasn't too much of a big deal for me story wise, without getting too deep into the story, man. Like, it had me hooked, man. This like going like into rifts, going back in time, finding certain people because we're trying to save humanity from this virus or whatever. Like, dude, I love the concept. I love how I love the design, of the traveler as well. Like, everything about the story was so good to the ending, man. It's just like, oh, I went through both endings, the good ending, I guess the bad ending, and even the new game plus ending. Insane. I love like everything just melds really well together, guys. It was so great. Story, I absolutely loved it, guys. It was great. Now, atmosphere, the tight corridors, the creatures popping up everywhere. Like, I was tensed throughout the whole thing, especially in like the hospital sequences, or just like anything with tight corridors. Like, I definitely felt the pressure. I was on edge. Super fun. Again, I cannot stress it enough. I truly enjoyed it. Now, I will say some of the boss fights were okay. They weren't that bad, just a little repetitive. You just gotta go roll around and just do certain things. So the boss fights, while they weren't too bad, they weren't like too crazy difficult. You know what I mean? Like I died 8 times. I think from my last at the end of the thing, I only died 8 times. So like I did pretty decent. I did pretty decent, you know. Overall though, like I said, guys, this is a game that I think you should definitely check out if you love Dead Space, Resident Evil. You're just fan of the survival horror genre in general too. Like this is definitely something I would recommend you guys to check out and play. This is a solid 8.5. 9 out of 10. Like I truly enjoyed it, and this Blooper Team absolutely killed it, and I cannot wait to see what other things they remake, and I can't wait to see any more original IPs from them, especially after this amazing game they dropped with Cronos The New Dawn. Let me know your thoughts, guys, and again, pick this up. This has got the golden Nugget stamp of approval, and let me know if you guys are picking this up at some point, and let me know your thoughts on the game in general. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys.